Look, so that's my point. I'm thinking that when I seen Poe, I saw Poe on my peripheral. Because I was about to argue with him, but I saw Poe pick up the camera and I said, oh, they planned this. I'm not giving them what they want. So I walked over and sat on the chair. So I wasn't really upset. I was really more confused than upset. And then once he started to lean into it, I was like, oh, all right. And I probably was more upset while we were filming than when it actually happened.
Yo, I be feeling bad watching some of this shit. I do.
Like, dog, who would think that somebody would do that?
No, nobody.
That's my point.
Nobody. You
so
right.
I'm like, yo, they must have put him up to this.
But this wasn't planned, but once it happened in the moment, I just think the showmanship from me, Mark, and B-Dot started to take over. And of course, at that point, it looked like, it was my seat. I got comfy. Mark is a fucking dick. Mark is the real A story in this. It's just like an innocent bystander.
You know what's the funny part?
Mark got a fucking axe to grind with B. He was on B-Dot ass, and he just doing his little educator tricks.
Bro, everybody else, I think, was more upset than me. Flip was hot. Mona was hot.
No, they was really hot.
I'm telling you, they was hot. Like, again, nobody in their right mind would think that somebody would do that. And now, again, we might argue, like Pac said, yo, we might argue amongst each other. Yo, dog, we can argue with each other. No new nigga could just come. What? Just what? Mona was hot. Flip was hot. I'm telling you, yo.
No, really
like, I dumbed myself down because I saw them and how mad they got. Yeah. So I'm like, yo, all right, we ain't gonna do this.
This crew don't be fucking with no new.
Yeah, no new. What? Again, we could cut each other heads off. Some new motherfucking cop? Nah, we ain't doing that. That's the real project shit.
I take full responsibility for. I should have known with this fucking fan base that this would be a bigger deal than it really was. And
he leaned into it.
I was rolling. I was too. I ain't gonna just put him out there. I was too. I could have easily told him.
No, see, hey, I think
sitting icy. I could have told him that.
You could have, my fucking fake leader. What I'm saying is, after that, the press run that he went on. Yeah. That's what made them even madder.
Oh yeah, because that's the part the fans don't know. That next episode, Mark was on his ass about that press run.
And we cut it up.
We cut it out.
I was chilling. But then when Mark opened up the door, I wasn't going to say nothing. Mark opened up the door. I said, oh, we here now.
But I don't understand.
Nigga here now.
But I don't understand that one though.
Which one?
The press outside is good. And we a big deal when these people go sit down places.
Yo,
Of course they're going to ask.
They can ask whatever they want to ask. If me and you get into an argument internally, they can ask me whatever they want to ask me. I'm not going to give them what they want. I'm not going to never get on no public platform and say, yo, fuck Joe. He got on a public platform, my nigga, and started ridiculing us.
Oh, I didn't hear that then. Okay.
Nigga said, yo, Flip looked like he got dressed out his closet threw up, or his closet took a shit or some shit. Then he like, Ish, I don't know that nigga. He said Mark is a panderer. Like, yo, he's on platforms shooting at niggas, and niggas is sending it to me. You know, I don't watch. So Mark like, oh, yeah, you wait till Monday, buddy. We on your...
What you just watched was a brand new episode of JBP Rewind featuring Joe and Ish. And I'm not gonna lie to you, a lot of people have been waiting to hear Ish's side of the story when it comes to Mark Lamont Hill and that whole seat-stealing situation. Listen, ever since Ish came on the JBP, he's always carried himself like that calm elder statesman type, very composed, very I'm above the noise energy. So when that moment actually happened, that so-called sign of disrespect, because let's be honest, it really was low-key disrespectful for someone to just show up, sit in that seat and not even get up right away, it definitely stood out. So I wanted to understand how Ish reacted, but in that moment, he didn't really take it seriously because he genuinely thought Joe had orchestrated the whole thing. He honestly believed B-Dot wouldn't do something that bold, but things quickly spiraled more than anyone expected. In fact, it got so heated that Mark ended up getting into it with B-Dot on an episode, and Joe actually had to delete the footage. And that's wild, because we already knew Mark felt a way about it since he spoke on it publicly and addressed it directly. He even said it on JBP Rewind to B-Dot's face, basically saying if it were him, the show wouldn't have even started until that seat was cleared. So yeah, it was clear Mark was upset about the whole situation. We kind of already suspected Mona felt a way too, and Flip as well. But I didn't even realize Flip was that vocal about it either. And what this really shows is that none of the co-hosts tolerate disrespect, not even a little bit. Same thing with Flip. I really like Flip stepping in and backing Ish on this one. I like Mona backing Ish as well. I'm really feeling this unity when outsiders step in and cross lines, because it's not like they control who gets invited into that space. At the end of the day, that power sits with Joe. Joe honestly should have told B-Dot to get up, if we're being real, because that moment looked wild. Ish was literally standing there waiting for B-Dot to move while Joe sat there laughing. Joe genuinely thought it was just a joke. And if that was me, I would have pulled Joe to the side like, yo, you think that's funny? Talking about disrespecting me on camera like that? Like, you know what I've done for you. I've practically helped carry this platform along with Ice, and now you're letting outsiders come in and disrespect me like that? You really got no regard for how that feels? Because I definitely feel some type of way about that. So, at the same time, I actually like this. As I said, I like this type of camaraderie. We can joke with each other on the pod like that, we can call each other corny if we want, we can even go at each other a little bit. But the moment an outsider tries that same energy, nah, we gotta check them right there. I like this. I really like this. I like this Mark Lamont Hill energy, I like this Queen's Flip energy, but I need to know how you guys feel about this one. Do you think confronting B-Dot like that was corny? Because I can also see the other side where people say it's corny since it's just entertainment at the end of the day, right? Or do you think it was handled exactly how it should have been handled and he needed to be checked because he's an outsider stepping into that space? Because at the end of the day, he doesn't really have that relationship equity to be joking or going at them like that outside the pod behind their backs. But as I said, I want to know what you guys think down below. And until next time,